Is it really that difficult to get a job in 2026? Yes. Ever since graduating in July of last year, I've been job hunting. I've probably applied to around 50 to 100 jobs by now, although I did stop counting when it hit double digits because it started hurting my feelings. Every time I have applied for a job though, I'm met with what feels like the exact same copy and pasted message. Oh, hey, thank you so much for taking the time to apply for this role. It really means a lot to us. However, sadly at this time we've decided to move forward with other candidates. Or as my brain translates it, sorry, you're f***ing shit. But my point is, it genuinely feels impossible to get a job in my desired industry. Usually it takes me ages to find a job that I'm actually interested in, only to see that it already has hundreds of applicants. Brilliant. Now originally this video was supposed to be a TikTok. However, when I started writing the script, I had so much to say that I just had to make this a long form video. So sit back and relax as I talk to you about the struggles of job hunting. Now I want to draw your attention to a very famous quote. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And that has become extremely clear since job hunting. If your brother's dad's mum's sister's dog is the recruiter, then you're more likely to get a job than if you have perfect qualifications. Or if you didn't understand that, what I'm trying to say is if you know someone who works at a company, you're much more likely to get a job there, no matter what your qualifications or experience are. Now I do understand why companies do this. They want to hire people that they can trust, or they want to do favors to friends, and that's totally fine. That's how I've got a lot of my experiences. It is just a bit annoying when it's not working in your favor. But when you don't know anyone and you're terrible at networking, what are you supposed to do? You may notice that there's one key part of job hunting that I haven't mentioned yet. Interviews. That's because I haven't had one. The last job interview I had was for a hospitality role when I was 17. I'm now 22. The idea of a job interview genuinely terrifies me. For me, the scariest part isn't even the questions, it's more of just a case of, what do I wear? Like, I don't want to go dressed up in a suit and then everyone laughs at me because I'm dressed as a full kit wanker. But then again, I don't want to go underdressed, not in a suit, and everyone laughs at me because I'm not a full kit wanker. How do I know what to do? I feel like that's going to be the phrase of this video. I don't know what to do, or something like that, because I've said it at least 6 times right now, unless I've edited it out, in which case, give me an epic montage here. And despite what you might all think, I'm actually not that great at speaking. Because if someone asks me a random, unexpected question, I am likely to just panic and say something completely random, and... yeah... So with all of that in mind, I thought it'd be quite fun to do a little section in this video where I roleplay what I think a job interview would be like. So cut to that. So Jamie, why should we hire you? Well, I actually have a degree and I don't care. Oh. Do you have at least 8 years experience? No. What are your salary expectations? I don't really have any. That's too much. Oh. Why aren't you wearing a suit? Do you wear suits? Yes. When will you wear suits? Tomorrow? Good to hear. Ah, because you'll stand out at the job centre. Oh. Well, that was fun. Anyway, this next section is going to address one of the things that annoys me the most about applying for jobs. The fancy words employers use that don't actually mean what they suggest. So essentially, these are some common words that are found across job listings, and I'm going to explain to you what they actually mean. A fast-paced environment. We're understaffed. We're looking for a self-starter. No training is provided. Competitive salary. You'll be competing with your bills. We're like a family. You cannot leave. There's opportunity for growth. Not right now though. Entry-level position. 3 to 5 years experience minimum. We'll keep your CV on file. Goodbye forever. I've also just learned that companies now use AI to screen applications and find the right candidates. So clearly, AI has something against me. Maybe this is just revenge for all those times I made Alexa do a fart. Alexa, do a fart.
That was a laughing one. Would you like to hear another fart?
No more farts, please, Alexa. No.
That was a dirty one. Try asking me to fart 17 times in a row.
No.
Or say random.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
That was a wet one. Would you like me to do a fart?
No more farts, Alexa.
That was a silent one. Try asking me for a smelly fart.
Stop farting!
Or say random.
No more farting, Alexa. Oh my god. But all jokes aside, that is crazy to me. The fact that my CV might not even be making it to real people, and I'm just denied by AI. Now yes, this whole video has been a bit of a satire, but that is just my way of coping. In reality, job hunting is extremely difficult, and to prove that, I found a video on my phone where I just talk about my experience with job hunting, and things get real. I have literally spent all day today searching for jobs, and I think I probably applied to about 2 altogether. It is so difficult to find a job that I actually want to apply for, and then it's even harder to find the motivation to write out an application for that job, because I've applied for so many jobs now, and every listing seems to be the exact same thing. So why is one company that's pretty much the same as the company that's just rejected me more likely to hire me than that company was, if that makes sense? Essentially, it's just an endless cycle of nothing really happening and what feels like me just wasting my time. So, what am I supposed to do? So just a few months ago, a friend of mine said something to me that has stuck with me ever since. They said, "Jamie, your last video was a bit depressing. All you did was moan." And yes, that's true. But all of my content that I make reflects my life and what I'm going through at that time. So when my life lacks excitement, how am I supposed to make a cheery video? Not having a job is a huge part of that. When you don't have a job, I feel like it kind of removes your sense of purpose. And that can lead you to pick up unhealthy habits. In my case, that meant not leaving my bedroom and playing far too much Fortnite. As counterintuitive as it may sound, not having a job does kind of destroy your social life. You don't get to build daily connections at work, and then you don't have the money to meet up with existing friends. And you kind of end up in this weird limbo stage of life, which is where I am now. So if you have made it this far in the video, you've either found everything I've said painfully relatable, or you're just a massive Jamie Did Uni fan. Please be the second option. But if you have had similar experiences, then please do let me know in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to see how you've dealt with the situation, or how you're dealing with it. Or maybe you're not. Either way, let me know and I will get back to you, because not many people comment on these videos. But to conclude this video then, yes, getting a job in 2026 is extremely difficult.